Children learn by playing and doing, but some children need support to participate in these daily activities. Sometimes an occupational therapist might be needed, and that's what we're talking about today, motor skills during early childhood development. We welcome in Mary Pat Culligan, an occupational therapist, and Dean Wong, Executive Director of Imua Family Services. Hello, thanks for joining us.
Good morning, aloha.
Mary Pat, why don't we start with you? What's an occupational therapist?
Well, an occupational therapist, the way I like to explain it is that a therapist is a helper, and then we talk about what is an occupation. And since we work with toddlers, their main occupation is play. So my job is to help them play. They learn through play, and some kids have trouble, whether it's because of a motor delay or a social emotional delay or a communication delay. They might have trouble accessing their environment in order to play. So that's where OT
I love how you explained that.
Yeah.
I got that. It was a very good way of explaining it to somebody who may not understand exactly what you do.
Yeah, it sounds tricky, but it's really just about play with kids.
Okay.
That's how they learn.
Now, when would an occupational therapist get involved in a children's life?
Okay, well, especially here at Imua, we serve all kids between the ages of birth and 5 years old who have a developmental delay. So an OT has access to all of the kids at Imua, so we can consult to the teachers, we can consult to the physical therapist, the parents, the family, the caregivers, the speech therapist. And a way that we might do that is a child might have trouble attending for a long enough period to benefit from a physical therapist intervention or speech intervention. So one of our jobs is to help that child be ready for that interaction, having a calm and organized body so that they can get the most out of their development and their therapy.
Okay, you've piqued my curiosity. How do you do that?
It's a little tricky. So we know that kids and people in general can calm their nervous system a number of different ways. We all know by eating and drinking are one of the ways that adults calm their nervous system. So that's when we're nervous, we're eating a lot.
Emotional eating.
Emotional eating.
I know
the
all
freshman
about that.
5, or, you know. So
I think it's 15, but that's okay.
And children regulate themselves. You just look at a child, you can see how they regulate. Kids suck on a pacifier. They drink from a bottle. They suck from a straw or a sipper cup. They suckle their blanket. But we also swaddle babies in a newborn nursery. And one of the reasons we do that is because we know that deep pressure helps them to feel more secure and organized. So with a child who's having sensory integration dysfunction, where they're not able to regulate their arousal level, they're either too high to benefit or they're too low to have these interactions with families and their environment for play, we might give them deep pressure input. We might give them something called a sensory diet, where we give parents and caregivers ideas of what to do with their children all day long to help their child be in that calm, alert state that they need to be in to learn.
That's so interesting. Now, earlier you referred to Imua Family Services. Now, you are the Executive Director of Imua. Tell us a little bit about what you guys do.
Well, very basically, we provide comprehensive therapeutic services, which is exactly what Mary Pat has been describing in terms of occupational therapy. We also provide speech-language pathology, physical therapy, special and general instruction, education, and care coordination of those services. And we provide those to families and to children specifically, of course, so that they can reach their full potential in life. It's important to note that 90% of a child's brain development is going to occur before they're 5 years of age. And there are very scientific and specific milestones, development milestones, that children need to reach at certain times of their life. So if a child isn't reaching those milestones, they may be referred to us by a pediatrician, but also families might just notice as well and call us. And they should do that. They should call us and see, is my child progressing the way that he should, or are they reaching their milestones on time? And that's what we're going to do. We're going to provide those services to those children and help them so that they can develop as fully as they can, and so that they're ready for kindergarten, they're ready for school, they're ready for learning, they're ready for life.
It's so important to catch these things early, too. I mean, we've talked about this the last couple of months during your visits, but when you catch it early, if you don't catch it early, it could also affect their self-esteem, the child's confidence long-term.
And really behavior, which parents really, that raises an eyebrow for them, because parents often think, why is my child acting out this way? Why are they behaving this way? And a lot of times it's because they're just frustrated, right? They're having problems with communication, and some of the things that you mentioned in terms of what an occupational therapist does, helping the child regulate themselves. Children are going to act out in their behavior when they're frustrated this way.
Right.
That's so, okay, that's so interesting.
Yeah.
So you do great work there at Imua Family Services.
We do, and we do our services on the island of Maui, of course, and Molokai and Lanai, but the services of early childhood intervention are available statewide. So if people have questions, they can look up early intervention services, early education services, and find out what's available in their community.
All right, and we're going to have their information on our website as well, so if
Correct.
people want to get in touch with you. Thank you both very much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.